Hey guys, going to talk about the 4th episode of Westworld here, Dissonance Theory. Dissonance, I hope I'm saying that word right. But either way, I'm going to spoil this episode. So if you haven't seen it, 4th episode of Westworld, you've been warned. All right, let's jump in here. There was a lot going on here. Lots of interesting stuff as far as Man in Black teaming up with Hector's crew and seeing more of what he's trying to accomplish. Loved everything happening with Maeve and her certainly remembering more and more and discovering that bullet inside her, and really she's kind of heading on a big path to discovery. All exciting, all interesting, but I really want to focus on Ford here because, man, different side of Ford, huh? Last week I talked about him and Bernard, their different perspectives, Bernard being the much more sort of sympathetic to the hosts, to the androids, than Ford, who was a little more just clinical about it, and these are things we made. But here, he got to turn on the evil, the scary. Anthony Hopkins got to turn on the, oh yeah, Anthony Hopkins can scare the hell out of us side of himself. He wasn't even in the episode for so long. I thought he wasn't going to be in it at all. And then he pops up, Teresa goes to see him, and man, when he sits across from her and everything he says, he brings up, very huge things about the fact that we felt like gods building this park, that he knows everything. He knows that Bernard and Teresa are having an affair. He's one step ahead, basically. There are no secrets being kept from this guy, which raises a lot of questions about the things going on with Dolores and Bernard, first of all, and how much he might be much more aware than it seems, the Man in Black, but also just puts him in a much more ominous place. I mean, he was clearly very threatening with her, and very much like, this is just gonna go the way I say it's gonna go, as he's, comparing himself to a god. So interesting turn here with this character. I don't want to say, oh, now he's the outright villain. I think there's more to it, more shades to it, but certainly puts him in a very different perspective than we've seen so far. He seemed, even if he's been kind of aloof at times, he still seemed kind of folksy, but now we see, oh yeah, Anthony Hopkins can really scary, and that was awesome to see in this episode, and curious where it goes from here. So I'm excited by that. What do you think of Scary Ford and what he might really be up to at this point and what he might really know? Let me know in the comments, and you can read my full review of this episode at IGN, and for plenty more on all things Westworld, keep it here at IGN.